Everybody, Mr. G here to do the homework with you. Be sure you have your name. Be sure you have the date. Here we go. Karina goes on a hike. She brings a notebook, a pencil, and a camera. The weight of each item is shown in the chart. What is the total weight of all three items? Total weight of all three items. So we're looking at all three of these. They want to know the total. So we can do this different ways. Probably the easiest one is just to add them together. Now I put them in this order because put the bigger number on top and then the other one and the next one. I need to make sure you put these in the correct place value or else it's going to be the wrong answer. So 5 plus 2, 7, 8, 6. So 687 grams. Now you could have used a strategy like the ones I showed you with the number sense, um, but it's up to you. But I know this is probably the easier way to do it. Number 2, together a horse and his rider weigh 729 kilograms. The horse weighs 625 kilograms. How much does the rider weigh? So the horse and the rider weigh 729 kilograms. The horse by itself weighs 625 milligrams. So what are we missing? We're missing the weight of the rider. Okay. So, yeah, I forgot on the first one, so I'll do it on this one. RDW, we read it. We're figuring out what we're going to draw, and now we're going to draw it. So if I look here, I do have a total. It's 729 kilograms because that's how much they both weigh. So if I'm going to do a strip diagram, a tape strip diagram, I know the whole is 729 kilograms. I know one of them is 625 kilograms. So that's a draw. Now we're going to write. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to either divide or subtract. We have not learned how to divide three numbers. Okay, so we are going to subtract. Okay, so 729 minus 625. I can count up 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3, 4. 2 minus 2 is 0. 7 minus 6 is 1. So the rider weighs 104 kilograms. Remember, if I'm going too fast, you can pause it, you can rewind it, whatever you need to do. Next page, number 3. Teresa's soccer team fills up 6 water coolers before the game. Each water cooler holds 9 liters of water. How many liters of water do they fill? So RDW, I read it. Now we got to figure out what we're going to draw. So we have 6 water coolers. Each one weighs 9 liters. They want to know how many liters of water do they fill. Okay. So first, total. No, we do not have a total. So we're either going to multiply or add. Okay. Now we know that there's 6 coolers, and we know that one cooler holds 9 liters. Okay. We want to know how many 6 coolers hold. Okay. So 9 and 6, very easy to add, not something they're going to give us. So we're going to multiply. 9 times 6. Okay. 9 times 6 is 54. So it's going to be 54 liters. Okay. Now if I want to use a strategy, I'll use it real quick. We're going to do 9 times 6. This is what I call 5 plus 1. 5 plus 1. So I know 9 times 5 is 45. And then times 5 plus 1, I add 9, and I get 54. 5 plus 1. Number 4. Dwight purchased 48 kilograms of fertilizer for his vegetable garden. He needs 6 kilograms of fertilizer for each bed of vegetables. How many bed of vegetables can he fertilize? So RDW, we read it. Next, draw. So he purchased 48 kilograms of fertilizer. He needs 6 kilograms of fertilizer for each bed. They want to know how many beds he can fertilize. So let's take a look. Total. Do we have a total? Yes. It tells you how many he bought. He bought 48 kilograms. So yes. So we're going to divide or subtract. So they want to know how much fertilizer for each bed. So we have more than one bed, and we know how much goes in one bed. So we need to divide the 48 kilograms into 6 kilograms of fertilizer for each bed. So we're going to divide. So we're going to divide 48 divided by 6 equals. So I can count by 6 until I get to 48. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48. Excuse me. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So each bed will take 8 kilograms. 5. That's one. Nancy baked 7 cakes for the school bake sale. Each cake requires 5 milliliters of oil. How many milliliters of oil does she use? So we read, let's find out what we need to draw. So Nancy baked 7 cakes. Each cake requires 5 milliliters of oil. How many milliliters of oil does she use? Okay. So we know that one cake requires 5 milliliters of oil. Okay. So let's check and see if we have a total. We do not have a total. Okay. Because they're asking us how many milliliters of oil they need. So they don't know how many. So no, we say no, we're going to add or multiply. Okay. Now, if 1 is 5, I know 2 is 10. Okay. So here I'm counting by 5s, or I can multiply by 5s. So we're going to multiply 7 times 5. And that is 35 milliliters. Okay. I was doing a strip diagram. The total I don't know, but the two parts that I do know are 7 and 5. All right, that does it for the homework. We will see you tomorrow.